The Web3 game wars are heating up as blockchains fight for games to build in their ecosystems. Having games is very important for the long-term success of blockchains and coins like Solana, Phantasma, Gala, and Polygon. Because without games, these chains won't have users. And without users, they will die. Hi guys, my name is Jake. This is On-Chain Gaming. I've been covering the crypto gaming Web3 space for over 2 years. I've also made a lot of money in crypto and stocks. So thank you guys so much for joining me on this adventure as we cover this budding industry as games merge with reality and we get real ownership in the virtual world. If that sounds exciting to you, remember to drop a big thumbs up on this video as well and hit subscribe for more content. I want to get into a specific game that kind of sparked me to make this video that just left one very popular layer 1 blockchain and joined a layer 2 on Ethereum. And we're going to get into the exact ones, but I want to build up the anticipation a little bit first. Now, this is a newer thing, having games leave one blockchain and join another blockchain. And I want to add some perspective before we get into that. And that perspective is that this really is not a fight between one Web3 game and another Web3 game. And I don't even think it really has to be a fight between one blockchain and another blockchain. Because when you look at the overall market cap of gaming, Web3 is a tiny little baby. It's a sliver. Not even 1% of the gaming market is Web3. So when you look at where Web3 gaming studios and blockchains need to take market cap from, it's not each other. We shouldn't be fighting with each other. It's from traditional games. And the way that we take market cap from traditional games is not by squabbling with each other. It's by making games that are more fun to play so that people care about having ownership in these worlds. Okay, but now that I got that out of the way, let's get into this little fight that's happening. Breaking, the upcoming Web3 Synergy Land game, which is a game I really like, by the way, and we'll get a little bit more into, is abandoning Solana in favor of Ethereum's Layer 2 Polygon due to lack of support from Solana's team and a massive promise of support from Matic. This is really, really interesting. And for those of you guys who don't know, Matic is just the coin of the Polygon ecosystem. So Solana is a super big layer 1 blockchain with a massive market cap. I mean, if you just go over and look at their Twitter, you can see how big they are. 2.2 million followers on Twitter. Like, this is a massive chain that a lot of people believe in. It's super fast. It's supposed to be perfect for gaming. And then we have Polygon. Very similar size here, 1.8 million followers, but this isn't a layer 1 blockchain. This is a layer 2. It's supposed to be fast, lightning speeds on top of Ethereum. So this is crazy that we have a game jumping from one to another. Now, let's look at some of the hot takes that users had underneath this post. So this guy says, I think Solana is absolute garbage. I'm not sure if I agree with that. I do think Solana is not decentralized, but that doesn't instantly make it garbage. It can work if it's trusted, but let's get into what he has to say here. But if your project needs help from a team in Web3, you probably have no business even trying to build something. Imagine trying to build something in a fully decentralized ecosystem and crying that you need help from a centralized team. Ha ha, he says. So much garbage is still in the space that needs to be weeded out, like whatever this project is that you're talking about. So first of all, this guy has clearly made himself out to be ignorant in the post, like literally saying he doesn't know what the game Synergy Land even is, so he obviously hasn't watched my first gameplay impressions video or anything like that. But then second of all, he doesn't really understand how much additional work goes into creating these blockchain games. It's not like Synergy Land needs help from Solana making the game itself. They can make the game. This team has made plenty of games before. They need help from Solana interacting with the actual blockchain. If you guys don't know, each blockchain, this is like getting into the weeds here, but it has different coding languages. They use different languages. They also have different developer tools, and game developers don't instantly already know how to use all of this stuff outside of gaming in order to easily incorporate and integrate their game onto the blockchain. So it can be very, very frustrating for game developers who are trying to make a fun game when you keep hitting roadblocks on the blockchain side that are slowing down development, and the blockchain team is not there to help you quickly overcome the obstacles that you're running into, because it's a guarantee you're going to run into technical obstacles. They're doing things that have never been done before. But with a team that's there to support you along the way, it is achievable. So that take just, yeah, not too great. And if you guys want to, my video covering this game's gameplay is called this new game is really fun. If we kind of hop over here to the gameplay, you can see that it's just like it's a really solid looking game. It's really cool, and it's the type of game that Web3 needs. So it's a massive loss. To be completely honest, I'm not going to sugarcoat things. I think that losing Synergy Land is a massive loss for Solana. But now let's continue going here. So I do want to caution not to read too much into this either, even though this is a massive loss for Solana. It's just a single game, and we don't know if there's any systematic problems here on their support unless we start to see a lot more games abandoning Solana. If we start to see that, then that's a big red flag that we really should pay attention to. But if it's only one game, then it's not that big of a deal. Also, there was someone in the Twitter that said, I'll worry about support when Polygon stops bribing games. So I'm not sure what's going on there. It's possible that Polygon offered like an incentive package to switch chains. That would make sense. I mean, that's a pretty competitively smart thing if you think that Synergy Land is going to provide a lot more value to your chain long term, which is probably true. I'm sure that the value of Synergy Land is highly underestimated by the market right now. Then that's really smart by Polygon. And if Solana's not countering that, I mean, Solana is dealing with problems. I think they had a lot tied up with FTX. So I understand if they're dealing with a lot of stuff. I want to tell a story here about why having games is so important, and it's a little bit of a cautionary tale, but I also don't want to be too harsh because I still believe in this chain and I still want it to succeed. But this cautionary story is the story of Phantasma chain. Phantasma had incredible technology. They kind of innovated and created the idea of smart NFTs, which I think are really great for video games because they're non-fungible tokens that have both changeable and non-changeable characteristics. So there's some unique unchangeable characteristics, but then there's things like, how about your NFT can level up? And that can exist on chain and stuff like that. That was super innovative in the NFT gaming space. And because of that, I made some really excited videos about Phantasma when I first discovered them. And I still own some Phantasma today. But a lot of people said, why don't you cover Phantasma? Why don't you cover Phantasma? Well, there's just nothing to talk about. Why? Because despite the great tech, Phantasma has not been good at all in attracting game developers to actually develop on their chain. So they only have a couple, and the couple that are developing work really slowly, and we haven't gotten much new stuff, and the games haven't caught on yet. Now, that doesn't mean that Phantasma can't succeed in the future. I still think their technology is really great. They went through some issues in the bear market, got audited, fixed some things, and I don't know, I still think there's potential there, but unless they get games, they will die because they won't get users. And that is the truth of it. And I think that's why tracking the crypto gaming space, seeing what Web3 games are actually getting popular and what chains they're built on and how many users that is causing to onboard onto these blockchains is probably one of the best ways to kind of judge which of these blockchains has the brightest futures ahead of them. So if you guys enjoyed this video, remember to drop a big thumbs up, hit subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And if you want to learn a little bit more about Polygon and that ecosystem, you can check out an interview that I did with the head of gaming at Polygon. It is super informative and interesting, and I'll see you guys in the next one.